Have you ever followed a key lime cheesecake recipe that promised creamy and tangy, and what came out of your oven was grainy, cracked, and tasted more like sweetened cream cheese than actual key lime? I tested 5 of the most recommended key lime cheesecake recipes on the internet. A New York bakery's method, a no-bake shortcut with 12,000 five-star reviews, a viral recipe that's been pinned 3 million times, a restaurant-style technique that takes 6 hours, and my own recipe I've been refining for years. 4 of them failed in ways most home bakers wouldn't catch until the first bite. And one of them, I'm not exaggerating, nobody at my table could stop eating. We start with the classic, a baked key lime cheesecake from a well-known New York bakery that's been making cheesecake for 40 years. Their formula: 4 blocks of cream cheese, sweetened condensed milk, 4 eggs, half a cup of key lime juice. Bake at 325 for 55 minutes, cool in the oven with the door cracked. Here's the problem. That much cream cheese without the acidity to cut through it? The texture was undeniably smooth. 0 graininess, 0 cracks. But the key lime was barely there. It tasted like really good plain cheesecake. If I'd closed my eyes, I wouldn't have known there was citrus in the recipe at all. That's the reward for mastering the bake, but the flavor didn't deliver. Recipe 2. The highest-rated no-bake key lime cheesecake online. 12,000 reviews. The appeal is obvious. No water bath, no cracking anxiety, done in 20 minutes of active work. The set comes from gelatin and whipped cream folded into the cream cheese base. The biggest mistake most people make with no-bake is undermixing the gelatin, which creates a lumpy, uneven set. This recipe avoided that problem. The texture was consistent. But here's what nobody mentions in those 12,000 reviews. A no-bake cheesecake, structurally, is closer to a mousse than a cheesecake. It's airy, it's light, it disappears on your tongue, and with key lime, that's a problem. You want the richness to balance the acid. This felt like eating lime-flavored whipped cream. Good lime-flavored whipped cream, but not cheesecake, not even close. Recipe 3 took a different approach than the first 2. This one's from a food blog that went viral specifically for this key lime cheesecake, 3 million pins. The recipe calls for real key limes, not bottled juice, and skips the water bath entirely in favor of a low and slow bake at 300 degrees. One of the things that makes this recipe interesting, it uses sour cream in addition to cream cheese for tang. The theory is sound: more acid, more balance. The result? The tang was there. Finally, actual key lime flavor. But the low-temperature bake dried out the outer edge of the filling. The center was creamy, the outer inch was grainy, and without a water bath, the top cracked wide open. It tasted closer to key lime than recipes 1 and 2, but the inconsistent texture meant every bite was a gamble. Creamy here, grainy there. Recipe 4. The method you'd find in a high-end restaurant kitchen. A full water bath, foil-wrapped springform, baked at exactly 325 degrees for exactly 75 minutes, then cooled in the water for an hour before refrigerating overnight. 6 hours start to finish. The precision means no cracks and even heat distribution. The question is whether it's worth the extra time and whether the flavor justifies the process. Texture-wise, this was the best so far. Silky, uniform, almost custard-like in the center. The water bath did exactly what it promised. But the key lime flavor was polite. It was there, but restrained. This recipe used only a 1/4 cup of key lime juice, half of what recipe 3 used, because the recipe author was worried about the acid curdling the batter. The result was elegant, technically flawless, and surprisingly boring. And then there's recipe 5. Mine. I took what worked from each of the first 4 and built around the one problem none of them solved. How do you get intense key lime flavor without breaking the custard? Recipe 1 was too mild. 2 wasn't cheesecake. 3 was inconsistent. 4 was flawless but flavorless. 2 things I do differently. First, I rub the lime zest directly into the sugar before creaming. It releases the citrus oils in a way that infuses every bite, not just the ones with visible zest flecks. Second, I add the key lime juice last, after everything else is fully mixed, and fold it in by hand. No mixer. 30 seconds, just enough to incorporate. The result? The tang hits immediately, bright and unmistakably key lime. But right behind it is the richness of the cream cheese and the silky texture from the water bath. The zest in Sugar Trick means the citrus flavor doesn't fade halfway through the bite. It lingers. The goal is balance, and this is the first recipe where the tang and richness actually work together instead of fighting each other. So here's what I found. Recipe 1 had the richness but lacked the tang. Recipe 2 was too light and airy. It didn't feel like cheesecake. Recipe 3 was close, but the filling was slightly grainy because of overmixing. Recipe 4 was smooth, but so subtle that you barely tasted the key lime. And Recipe 5 delivered on all fronts. It's simple, elegant, and packed with bright citrus flavor. If you enjoyed this video and love all things key lime, be sure to subscribe for more key lime delights. And let me know in the comments, which of these methods would you try, or do you have your own key lime cheesecake recipe you swear by? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Key Lime Delights video.